Alright, so to figure out what scale this picture is, remember we looked at the bottom of the page here where it said 1 inch equals 30 feet. However, the way I printed this, it is not, and you can confirm that by looking at your 30 scale and this part here that said 26 feet asphalt pavement, and because that means from this top of this block to the other side of the street, you can verify or reject this by measuring that length of the street. And as you can see, I would get 16. So remember that on a scale, even though this says 2, it's really 20. Everything is multiplied by 10 so that you can get your 30 increments per 1 inch. So because this is 16, not 26, this is not the correct scale. So what I'd like you to try is try out the different types of scales and measure that length or that width of the street until you get 26, and that will be the correct scale. Like looking at the number on the end, you'll know. So once you find that, make sure you confirm with a neighbor that you all have the same scale for the map. All right, so then in 2.3.7, when we look at the the residential site planning, part 2, that's what we're working on today. You are done with 1 and 2 where you put the site opportunities map. So that was my lower level here where you put your wind and your trees and all that existing stuff. And now you're going to fold over your tracing paper and you should be marking out where your actual house goes. So number 3 says that you're going to sketch your building to scale on the lot. And you should be making this placement after careful consideration of all of that we did before, the solar, the wind, the view, and all that. So if you take a look at your Revit file, you can see the outer dimensions of your house. You might have to display the dimensions to or how your width are. I'm going to make up mine. Let's say mine was 20 by 20, which is obviously very small. But here's the thing, if you need to peel this back a little bit and look, we need to be inside this dashed 25-foot building line, and so it's line up your house with the 90-degree angles. You don't necessarily want your house on a slant like that, just because is that an efficient use of space? I don't know. If you have a good reason for it, sure. But also consider with the sloped lines here, it might make it really hard to build one wall of your house lower than all the other walls. I mean, you would have to cut out parts of the soil to make sure your house is on solid, like flat ground. But yeah, that's typical that you would line it up with the 25-foot lines. So I'm going to put mine over here, and I'm just choosing any scale. So this isn't the actual correct one, so don't actually follow what I'm doing here. But just to give you an idea, I'm going to line mine up with the edge, the top northwest corner here. And then it says on number 4, you put a driveway and a sidewalk to the front door. So depending on where your front door is, it should be facing Maple or let's say I put my front door here. Here's something we have, but we'll go over this later and tweak it more. But for now, you need a landing in front of your door. So it should be about 3 by 3 feet for now, and then we could tweak it. You will actually need stairs and a ramp up to your door because your door is going to be so your sidewalk to the door should go to the sidewalks along Maple or 10th. So like here's a few stairs, and then here's a concrete walk. You can make it slanted, you can make it more interesting, and also make a ramp that will curve around, and we'll talk about how to do the ramp later because this is an 80 task. If you have a patio or a deck or porch or something, you want the obvious. And then for your driveway, you want to make it go just a little bit nicer, not to go out to a main street, to be close into the alley. And you want to have a parking pad. So let's say I have a patio there. Maybe I'll put my parking here at these 2 cars, because what if you have guests? I'm using a ruler here anymore, but you should be looking up a driveway would be, how wide a typical sidewalk should be, using the bill. Then my suggestion would be to get slanted your way out to one of the alleys. And keep in mind all the utilities are. And that's what you're doing today. And on number 5 through the end of part 2, which goes to 7, you need to see everything as well.